Hello. Today I'm going to talk with you about how to be kinder to yourself and how to stop beating yourself up. Hi, I'm Emma Coble. I am a licensed professional counselor in Colorado. I work with women who are hard on themselves and push themselves a lot, despite knowing that they want to be gentle with themselves. They are feminists, but they are so darn hard on themselves. Okay, first of all, if this is you, like logically, you don't want to be beating yourself up. You know that the reason you do it is because of the societal messages you have. Maybe it has stuff to do with trauma you've experienced, with childhood, with being a woman in our society. But you carry this. You still find yourself doing it and feeling like you constantly should have done more. You criticize yourself for missing something that you should have caught, or for not trying hard enough in a certain relationship, or for not working hard enough in some other area of your life. And you find that you just keep doing this. You're not alone. This is not your fault. And this inner critic is probably trying in some way to keep you safe. In internal family systems therapy, we talk about the different parts of ourselves and parts of us that serve as protectors. Oftentimes, our inner critics are protective parts of ourselves that developed when we were very young as a way to try and protect us from something, whether that was being criticized by a parent or being bullied or feeling alone because of the way our bodies looked or whatever. These inner critics developed for a reason. So our goal is not to shame them or try and push them away or try to not have these critical parts as a part of our system, because these parts are going to be there. Rather, the goal is to understand them, listen to them, and understand how hard they've been working and why, and what they're afraid of, as well as when they started, so that we are able to soothe them and heal the wounded parts of ourselves that they may be protecting. Okay, so I would start off by asking this inner critic, some of these questions. Like, what is this part? First of all, like, notice how you feel towards this part. Where do you feel it in your body? And the how do you feel toward it can help you get some distance from it. So it can help you remember that you are not this part, that there's a part of you that is critical of yourself, but that's not all of you. So do that, and then also think about, like, what's this part so afraid of? Like, what's it afraid would happen if it weren't here criticizing you, beating you up in whatever way that it is, as well as when it started doing this job of criticizing you and beating you up, and why it started doing this job. So think about it. Think about the earliest memory you have of this happening, or if it feels like maybe this has always been here for you. Think about what the stakes were. Like, if this part wasn't doing this, what would have happened to you back then? And then I want you to think about, how old does this part think you are now? And what's the truth? Are there ways that you're actually safe now and more resourced now that you weren't back then when this part started doing this job? So really listen and think about and understand that, and then maybe you can start to have a dialogue where you are letting this part know what is different now, actually. So in this dialogue, speak to this part with a lot of kindness, with a lot of understanding for where it's coming from and why it's doing this work. And then kind of, again, you're not trying to get this part to go anywhere, but kind of think about too, like, what it would look like, and if there's another part inside you that would do this, like, to speak to yourself like you would talk to a friend or a kid. So maybe like, you are working so hard It's okay that not everything you do is perfect. You're a human being, you know, or like just think about the kind of compassion and kindness you would have for someone you really cared for, and start thinking about your parts that are vulnerable as these like kids inside you that are also wounded, vulnerable, imperfect, like we all are. I want to remind those of you who push yourselves a lot, who are high achievers, that self-compassion doesn't make us lazy. It actually often clears a lot of blocks inside us and makes us better able to move towards our goals and whatever it is with integrity and love. I don't know if you've heard of the quote, it's not survival of the fittest, it's survival of the nurtured. So the more we can nurture ourselves, the better we will be able to function in the world and adapt and feel safe in the world that we're in. So part of soothing these parts that are scared and letting them know that you see them, you hear them trying to protect you. Again, it's not about trying to push them away, but about letting them know you see them and you hear them. So I would say, like, try and check in with them regularly and listen to them regularly. Like, listen to what they are saying and what they're afraid of and the deeper feelings underneath the actual criticism they're giving you. Because that's just sort of like a symptom of the actual fear that they're having. So lastly, I want to say, for any of you watching this, you're already enough and your needs matter, you matter, and you don't need to prove your worth or do anything to be lovable, because you are already just as you are. And if you are needing support or wanting support or help with tending to your parts and going deeper into all this, reach out. I do free consultations and I would love to chat with you. All right, bye.